My friends, this is Dr. B, the best doctor in medicine. 30 plus years of clinical, high-level experience in medicine. Today I want to talk to you about how I was able to and still am able to sublimate my sexual internal energy towards more useful, more productive endeavors. And hopefully you can learn from my experience. There's a beautiful term in psychology, a verb called to sublimate. S-U-B-L-I, sublimate, M-A-T-E, sublimate, S-U-B-L-I-M-A-T-E. The verb to sublimate gives the noun sublimation. So in psychology, what does sublimate mean? The verb to sublimate and the noun sublimation means to divert your internal energy to, for instance, your sexual energy, right, towards more productive, more useful endeavors, enterprises, right? To do something more useful with your internal energy than just having sex, right? You can see monks, you can see priests, religious people, right? They sublimate, they divert their internal energy towards meditation, towards prayer, towards helping other people, towards cooperation in their, for instance, mosque, in their church, in their temple. I still remember when I was younger, right, and my testosterone was through the roof, right? I am now 50 years young, right? I really never understood how are these monks able to not have sex? How are these priests able to not have sex? Because sex and food was constantly in my mind, right? From the moment I was a teenager up to a few years ago, in my mid-40s, right? Sex and food and enjoying life was constantly in my mind, right? I would never have imagined not having a girlfriend for even 1 week. Now it's been 4 years. 4 years since the last time I had a girlfriend, right? She was a beautiful Italian lady. And of course, we broke up for different reasons, blah, 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 right? So I never understood how these priests and monks and religious people are able to be single, just like I am right now, and enjoying the solace of singleness, the solace of solitude. I'm not lonely, but I'm single, just like a priest, just like a monk, right? I just never understood that. How is a monk who is so young, in his 20s, right, 30s, 40s, 50s, regardless of the age, he's able to not have a girlfriend, he's able to not have sex? Well, it's very easy. They are able to do what we call sublimation. To sublimate means to divert and to focus their internal sexual energy towards more productive activities, more useful activities for himself, for herself, and also for other people. Look at the nuns, the religious nuns, right, who are working in a convent. They don't have sex, they are virgin ladies. They are able to focus their attention, their energy towards healing people, healing the sick, helping the homeless, right? Everybody knows, right? Mother Teresa, who was born and died a virgin. She never had sex. She was able to sublimate her sexual energy, internal energy. She was always single. She never felt the need to get married, to have a boyfriend, right? Because her family, her boyfriend, her husband, all these people were the homeless people in India, in Calcutta, right? In the big city of Calcutta, right? So she was focusing, she was able to focus her internal energy, sexual drive, sexual desire for a man, sexual desire, her desire to get married, to have children, toward more productive, more useful, more fruitful endeavors for herself, for God, and for people, right? So 4 years ago, when I broke up with my gorgeous, beautiful Italian lady, with whom we used to have sex constantly, right? Weekends, evenings, if she could come after work and blah, blah, blah. After that, so when we broke up, I started looking for another girlfriend because, my God, I'm single again. My God, I have to go dating and blah, blah, blah. After a few datings and blah, 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 unsuccessful, of course, wasting time. Imagine you have a date with a girl that you don't know at all. You lose the entire Saturday, blah, 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 take the shower, shave, blah, 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 wasting time, spending a ton of money, going to a movie, restaurant, and then nightclub, blah, blah, blah. And then you find out after a couple of dates, either the same night you realize that she's not made for you, or I'm not made for her, she doesn't like me, or I don't like her, or vice versa. You go on another date, spend another time, blah, 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 and then you go online. You get scammed by these online scammers, all these online dating websites. 99% of them are full of scammers, whether guys or girls. You realize after talking for 6 months with that lady that she's actually part of the, she's an employee of the dating website. She's paid full time to go behind a computer, sitting somewhere and talking to these guys who are on that dating website so that the guy can renew their membership, pay money, and she keeps them busy. And then after that, you don't hear from her. Suddenly she disappears and she tells you, I have found somebody else. Everybody knows now that these online dating websites, they pay full-time women. Most of them are actually not women, they are guys, so that they can pay them less money, or older people who fake to be beautiful young ladies just to keep busy these guys who are single, and so that they renew their membership. It's a very elaborate scam. And everybody knows that. And even if by chance 1 or 2% of guys get actually a date, that woman who is going to the date is a professional dater. Means she's a professional lady who's going to enjoy the dinner and the movie. And after a few dates, she's going to tell the guy that, you know what, I'm not made for you, you're not made for me, and I found somebody else. The little sucker spent tons of money, time, and everything. And I was one of those guys. And I decided, you know what, as time passed, and I realized that, being single, not having constantly this need to have a girlfriend, to have sex, having less and less sex, actually I realized, I don't need that much sex anymore. Why am I trying to have a girlfriend? Why am I trying to have sex when actually I don't need it? Not being able to have a girlfriend 4 years ago, not having sex 4 years ago, made me realize that, you don't need that much sex, and you actually don't need a girlfriend at all. And if one day Every few days or so, if you need to have sex a few times per month, well, you can call an escort, pay her $200 or $300. She's a beautiful lady. She comes home to your apartment, and I do whatever I need to do. And that's it. It takes me an hour, and I kick her out, and I'm done. And the next time, in a few days or couple of weeks, if I really need to have sex, I call another one. It's a different lady. She's beautiful. It's different than the first one, and I enjoy the diversity. I do what I need to do. I kick her out. I don't have to deal with her. I don't need to deal with her feelings. I don't need to take her out. I don't need to do this. I don't need to do that. And my God, I have so much free time for myself to sleep every night with no exception, 365 days a year, from 9 o'clock at night to 6 o'clock in the morning. I go to bed at 9 o'clock at night. I put my head. I sleep like a baby after 2 minutes. Wake up at 6 o'clock. My brain is refreshed. My memory is super sharp. I have the time to go to the gym 2 hours, no exception, 365 days a year. I have the time to work because I love to work in our beautiful cardiovascular clinic 8 to 10 hours a day, including Saturdays. I don't have to deal with any woman with her feelings, her family, her dog, her grandpa, her grandma, her mom, her dad. Blah. I don't have to do all that. And my God, what a peace of mind. I have more time to learn my language number 6, which is the Thai language. I will be fluent in the Thai language the same way I'm fluent in 5 other languages, written, spoken in a few years in the Thai language, God willing. I have the time to improve a lot my knowledge in advanced mathematics, advanced physics, advanced medicine, cardiovascular medicine, surgical technique. I have the time to read every day 1 hour the medical journals, high-level medical journals that I receive every month at my apartment, to stay in touch with the latest medical discoveries, new medicines, new discoveries, new treatments, new diseases, new surgical techniques, which I was unable to do when I had constantly a girlfriend. Because you have to, after work, she wants to talk to you, she wants to meet you, she wants to go for dinner, she wants to go for happy hour, and then on weekends you have to take the lady to weekend getaways. She wants to go to San Diego. She wants to go to Napa Valley to enjoy life. She constantly wants to eat. And then when she's at home, she wants to have sex. Then we have to watch a movie. It's not like I can go after that study the Thai language. No. You need to watch. You need to cuddle. You need to take care of the lady. I mean, it's just constant. And then, of course, her dog died. Oh, my God. Or her sister got married. Oh, we need to go now to Los Angeles for the wedding of her sister. The entire weekend is gone for Her Majesty. It's all centered about the life of that lady. And then I realized, you know what? I don't need the love of anyone. I give love to myself, more love than anyone can give me. Right? You see, look at this. You see, look at this. I love myself more than anyone can love me. I am in super shape. I don't need anyone to take care of me. I am super healthy. All my health parameters are those of a baby. I don't need nobody to take care of me. I'm aging gracefully thanks to my diet, thanks to my healthy lifestyle, thanks to exercising 2 hours a day, thanks to sleeping 9 hours a night. My God, I don't need nobody. And I am so proud of my accomplishment in science, in medicine. Why do I need somebody in my life, right? I am super alone, super single, right? But I'm never lonely. My God, my patients love me. My patients are my family. Most of my family members are out of state. Some of them also out of the country, right? In Europe, Canada, Middle East, blah, blah, blah. France, blah, 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 right? So why do I need a girlfriend? I don't need a girlfriend for what? It was a realization that now I can sublimate all this internal energy, all this sexual energy towards more useful things, towards more learning more about advanced medicine, about science, about advanced biochemistry, about advanced molecular biology, right? Improving my game of chess, improving my sixth language, the Thai language, improving my knowledge and skills in medicine. Despite 30 plus years in medicine, medicine keeps improving, and new technologies, new medicine. You have to constantly be on the top of your game. The same way the number one tennis player, the number one golfer, they have to practice 8 hours a day, right? Otherwise they fall behind, right? Same thing for medicine, right? And I realized that I don't need that much sex. I can have sex quickly with an escort every once in a while, right? Why am I wasting my time having sex with this woman every weekend 3 or 4 times in a night, right? What's the point? What is the point when I look back? What did I achieve by having sex with this beautiful lady every Friday night, 5 times in a night, every Saturday night, 6 times in a night, and then you fall like you're dead? You wake up the next day at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then you eat, you have to take her out, blah, blah, blah. You know, sexual addiction, sexual desire is like food, right? Like all these people in my family who cannot get rid of their addiction for food. It's the same thing for sex. Sex is a beautiful thing, right? But then you get addicted to the freaking stuff. The lady's beautiful, walking around in my apartment in her freaking underwear. How can you resist the temptation of grabbing her and having sex with her, right? Same thing if my refrigerator, which is right now empty, would have a ton of nasty processed food, pizza, ice cream, chocolate cake, pasta, blah blah, burgers and fraba. I mean, if my refrigerator was like my sister's 2 refrigerator full from the top to the bottom with food and ice cream and cakes and blah 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 and fruits, and my God, her kitchen is bigger than my whole apartment. She has 2 massive refrigerators. Not one. My refrigerator is a tiny one, only one tiny refrigerator in my kitchen. She got 2 massive refrigerators with massive freezers. From top to bottom, it's full of food, all sorts of food. She goes every weekend, fills up the SUV with more food, brings it. Her entire kitchen cabinets are full of foods and this, and it's crazy. So sex becomes like food. It becomes an addiction, right? And you feel that you need it. And you feel that if you don't need it, something is wrong with you. And if you don't have a girlfriend, if you don't have sex, if you don't indulge in sex and food and blah, 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 there's something wrong with you. But it's sex and food are one of the 7 gluttonies, right? Gluttony is one of the 7 excesses, 7 or 10 excesses, I don't know. That eventually you realize it's like putting somebody in jail, right? And you don't give him barely any food, right? Eventually the guy gets used to eating 1 time per day and to eating a little bit of food. Eventually you get used to. He loses all his belly fat. Inside the gym he does push-ups and pull-ups and crunches, and he becomes super in shape. Have you seen all these people in jail, right? In the prisons, they are constantly working out. They are buffed up like Arnold Schwarzenegger. They eat obviously 3 meals, but it's not all the time like they would be able to eat if they were outside, right? They don't get all to indulge in all this freaking food. So they are all lean, muscular, right? They are constantly doing this gym in these, they have these prison gyms, right? It's the same, and they don't have sex, and the guy is okay. Now, maybe they have sex between guys. I've heard that guys have sex, but eventually they do. So it's the same thing. Once I broke up with my girlfriend, I realized, you know what? I don't need the love of anyone. I am very happy with being single. It's called the solace of solitude, right? I don't need no girlfriend, and I don't need no freaking sex like I thought I needed, because you get used to it. You get used to bringing the girlfriend, going out, eating, filling your belly with nasty processed food, coming, having sex, going out, enjoying life, until you can no longer do it, which for me was because I broke up with her and I was not able to find any girlfriend in this busy lifestyle that we have. And after a few months, I realized I'm so happy, and it's been 4 years I don't have no girlfriend. Now, I'm not saying if a good lady appears, I'm not going to try, blah, blah, blah. But my God, I don't feel it, right? The same way right now, my fridge is empty, doesn't have any junk food. I don't eat any processed food anymore. I have posted my diet in a few videos. I'm on the keto diet. I eat a tiny bit. My God, I don't miss any burgers and fries and pizza and hamburgers and sandwiches, fries and blah. I haven't eaten those in years, and I don't miss any of those, right? And I have so much time for myself to go to the gym, to sleep good, to focus on other things, to have the time to go to work without having somebody calling me, how come you're working on Saturdays? How come you're going to the gym all the time? How come you want to constantly studying, but aren't you a doctor yet? Why do you need to study medicine again every time if you are already a doctor? It's like telling the tennis player number one, why do you need to keep practicing every day 8 hours? Aren't you already the number one tennis player? So why don't you just stop playing tennis because you're already the number one? Well, the guy needs to keep in touch with tennis and stay at the top of his game, right? And I have the time to meditate. I have the time to relax. I have the time to do my meditation, my yoga, everything, right? It is crazy the time that I have for myself that we call me time. My God, I remember before I would go to bed, right? I would just lay down in bed before sleeping, right? And talk to my girlfriend. And not just this one, not just this, but the previous one, Asian ladies, Mexican ladies. You spend an hour on the phone listening to her complaining about her ex-boyfriend, her ex-husband, complaining about her kids because some of them had kids from previous relationship, complaining about her neighbor, her mom. You have to listen to her heart, her cries, her complaints. And you know what I'm talking about, right? Women, they need attention. They want a man who is listening. They need an ear, right? It's not enough to take them out and to have sex with them. You need to listen to them. So every freaking night, if she wasn't here with me, I had to directly listen to her in the couch or while we were eating or blah, blah, blah. Constantly spending an hour, 2 hours, right? Listening to the lady complaining. My eyes are I'm almost falling asleep. I want to sleep because I have to wake up at 6 o'clock, get my shower, breakfast, go to work. But no. You have to listen to her because we haven't seen each other for 2 days. She has to complain about her co-workers. Oh my God, her sister said this, her sister said that. I mean, it's unbelievable how much time, how many hundreds, thousands of, I'm 50 years young, right? If I go back in time, my God, from the time I started dating girls like I was 17, I don't know, I forgot 18. My God, how many thousands of hours I have wasted. I don't regret it because that's how you learn, right? That's how you learn how precious it is to be single. That's how you learn how precious it is to have time for yourself. That's how you learn how precious it is to not waste time on trying to understand her problems and her complaints about her sister, her family, her dog, her this, her ex-boyfriend, her ex-husband, right? My God, the solace of solitude. Guys, I posted a video about the solace of solitude. Be happy if you are single. My God, be happy. Be happy being single. Don't look for another guy. Don't look for another woman, unless, of course, it happens, it happens. But don't get scammed by these online freaking stuff. Keep your life simple, happy, healthy. You will save thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, right? Not having to take care of that lady. And you will spend thousands and hundreds of thousands of hours that you can do other things more useful. Learn a language, learn to play a music instrument, learn painting, learn a craft, learn mathematics, learn physics, learn chemistry, learn to paint, learn to carve, learn to become an artist, learn another language. My God, how many girlfriends I had here. I live in California, who couldn't even speak one word of Spanish. My God, how can you live in California, which is already 50% Latino, right, and not speak one word of Spanish? How is it possible? Right? Now, anybody who would have a brain living in California would say, you know what? Instead of having too much fun, wasting too much time watching movies, going out, I would sit down home and learn Spanish, right? It's like living in China and say, you know what? I'm not going to learn Chinese. How can you live in China and not learn Chinese? How can you live in California? And I had dozens of girlfriends since I came to California. 90% of them, right, those who are Asian, white, blah, 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 don't even speak one word of Spanish. And believe it or not, I had some Mexican Americans who couldn't even speak one word. Their parents were immigrants from freaking, I don't know which Latino country, who understand some Spanish, but because their parents, where they were kids, also spoke to them, because the parents were second generation, right? They don't. Their name is Mexican Latino name, first name, last name, Maria Gonzalez, right? Born and raised, her descendants were Mexicans or Latinos from any other Latino country, South American or Central American. Doesn't even speak one word of Spanish. Maybe understands a little bit. How can people like this not feel that there's something wrong in their brain, and the first priority in their life, instead of watching movie, going to watch the first movie from the Hollywood clowns that came out, going constantly stuffing their mouth, going blah, 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 vacation? Why don't you sit down home and learn Spanish, for God's sake, right? That's right. But they don't care because they are too young. So it takes time, it takes experience and failures and realization, like me I did, to be able to focus now my energy to other more productive endeavors, to sublimate my internal energy, my internal sexual energy. As you get older and you go through the experience of life, and you realize, you know what, I wasted hundreds of thousands of dollars on all these girlfriends, on all these useless and pointless, endless fun, and useless and pointless, endless relationships that never go somewhere. You waste thousands of dollars, thousands of hours that you could have spent more in a more intelligent, more profitable ways. But I guess that's how life goes, right? We learn from mistakes, we learn from failures. This is how we get wiser as we get older. Guys, Dr. B went to medical school more than 30 years ago. I will never BS you. I will never put my interest above yours. I love you regardless of your gender, ethnicity, color of your skin. Stay healthy. Watch my videos. I give you good tips to age gracefully, so that together we can age gracefully and stay away from all these nasty diseases. Watch my videos so that you can learn how to focus your energy away from nasty food that people always eat, and this useless, endless, constant search for a relationship, for sex, for food. Put all that energy away from sex, relationship. That look, 50% of marriages end up with divorce, and half of these people who still stay together, they have marriages that are sexless, pointless. They just stay together because of the kids and all the money that they have together and blah blah blah. Means maybe 10 to 20% of marriages are happy marriages, right? So stay away from this toxic relationship, toxic marriages. Stay away from pointless, useless, endless fun, endless sex, endless food. Put food away in a little corner of your life, the same way I was able to achieve, so that you can stay healthy like Dr. B. I hope, put your comments and questions down there. I will get back to you. I hope to talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.